Imagine a country sitting on trillions of dollars in untapped gold, ready to explode into wealth by 2025. That's not a fantasy. It's Ghana, Africa's sleeping giant, on the brink of a modern gold rush that could make it one of the richest nations on the continent. But how? Stick around, because I'm breaking it all down. Facts, figures, and the real opportunities ahead. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Adventure Chuckles, where we explore the world's most exciting economic stories. Today, we are diving deep into Ghana's gold rush and why experts predict this West African powerhouse could become dramatically richer by 2025. From record-breaking gold production to new resource discoveries and smart economic reforms, Ghana is positioning itself as Africa's next big success story. But before we get into the details, a quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research or consult a professional before making investment decisions. Now, let's uncover how Ghana's golden future is shaping up for 2025. Segment number 1. Historical context, building the foundation. To understand why Ghana is poised for riches in 2025, we need to start with its rich history, pun intended. Ghana, formerly known as the Gold Coast during colonial times, has been synonymous with gold for centuries. In fact, the ancient Ashanti Empire traded gold with European explorers as far back as the 15th century, earning the region its nickname. Fast forward to today. Ghana overtook South Africa in 2018 to become Africa's largest gold producer. In 2023 alone, it produced over 4 million ounces of gold, contributing about $8 billion to its economy. That's roughly 10% of its GDP. But here's where it gets exciting. This is just the tip of the iceberg. With vast untapped reserves estimated at over 1 billion ounces, Ghana's gold sector is set for exponential growth. And 2025? That's the year analysts from the World Bank and IMF forecast a tipping point, driven by new technologies, international investments, and government policies aimed at sustainable mining. Segment 2. The current gold boom. What's fueling the rush? Right now, global gold prices are at all-time highs, hovering around $2,500 per ounce due to economic uncertainty, inflation, and demand from tech industries like electronics and renewable energy. Ghana is perfectly positioned to capitalize on this. Its gold is high quality, low cost to extract, and located in stable regions like the Ashanti Gold Belt, which spans over 200 kilometers. Major players are already investing billions. For example, Newmont Corporation, one of the world's largest gold miners, operates the Ahafo mine, which produced over 600,000 ounces in 2023. Meanwhile, AngloGold Ashanti is ramping up its Obuasi mine after a $500 million redevelopment. These operations aren't just digging dirt. They're using advanced tech like AI-driven exploration and eco-friendly processing to boost efficiency. But gold isn't Ghana's only ace. The country is also a top exporter of cocoa, oil, and now lithium, a critical mineral for electric vehicle batteries. In 2024, Atlantic Lithium discovered massive deposits in the central region, with production slated to begin by late 2025. Combine that with oil from the Jubilee field, which generates billions annually, and you see a diversified resource boom. This isn't a one-trick pony. It's a multifaceted strategy that's already lifting Ghana's economy out of post-COVID slumps. Segment 3. 2025 projections. The year of transformation. Now, let's zero in on 2025, the year everything accelerates. According to the International Monetary Fund, IMF, Ghana's GDP is projected to grow by 5.1% in 2025, up from 2.9% in 2023, largely thanks to the mining sector. Why this specific year? Several key factors are aligning. First, new mining projects are coming online. The Cardinal Namdini Gold Project, a $400 million venture by Shandong Gold, is expected to start full production in early 2025. Adding up to 400,000 ounces annually. That's not just gold, it's jobs, over 2,000 new positions, and revenue that could inject $1 billion into the economy each year. Second, government reforms are supercharging growth. Under President Nana Akufo-Addo, Ghana has implemented the Ghana Beyond Aid initiative, focusing on value-added processing. By 2025, new refineries will allow Ghana to refine more of its own gold domestically, keeping profits in-country instead of exporting raw ore. This could increase export values by 20–30% per World Bank estimates. Third, global trends are in Ghana's favor. With the green energy transition, demand for Ghana's lithium and gold, used in solar panels and batteries, is skyrocketing. The African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA, fully operational by 2025, will open doors to 1.3 billion consumers across Africa, boosting trade. Imagine Ghana exporting refined gold and lithium products tariff-free. That's a game changer. Experts like those at Bloomberg predict Ghana's gold exports could hit $10 billion by 2025, pushing per capita income from $2,200 in 2023 to over $3,000. In short, 2025 isn't just another year. It's when Ghana transitions from resource exporter to economic powerhouse, potentially rivaling nations like Botswana or Namibia in wealth generation. Segment number 4, challenges and balanced outlook. Of course, no gold rush is without its pitfalls, and we have to address them for a complete picture to give you a truly balanced view. While Ghana's potential for wealth in 2025 is immense, the country faces significant challenges that could temper or even derail its boom if not managed effectively. Let's break these down one by one, starting with the environmental side, because this is arguably the most pressing issue. Illegal mining, locally known as galamsey, has wreaked havoc across Ghana's landscapes. These small-scale, unregulated operations use toxic chemicals like mercury to extract gold, polluting rivers such as the Pra and Ankobra, which are vital water sources for millions. This has led to widespread deforestation, over 2.5 million hectares lost in the last decade, according to Ghana's Forestry Commission, and severe health crises in communities, including mercury poisoning that affects children and pregnant women, causing birth defects and respiratory issues. In 2024, the government launched Operation Halt, a military-led crackdown that shut down thousands of illegal sites, but it's an ongoing battle. Experts estimate that galamsey still accounts for up to 30% of Ghana's gold output, and without stronger enforcement, it could undermine the sustainable mining goals set for 2025. Moreover, youth-led tech innovations in Accra's Silicon Savannah are diversifying the economy beyond raw resources, creating high-skill jobs in fintech, agriculture tech, and renewable energy. Companies like M-Pesa-inspired mobile banking apps are empowering small businesses, while startups in agritech are boosting cocoa yields without environmental harm. The government is also promoting green mining through incentives for electric-powered equipment, aiming to reduce carbon emissions by 20% in the sector by 2025. In essence, while these risks, environmental degradation, economic instability, and social inequities do exist and could slow Ghana's progress, the country's proactive approach, backed by policy reforms and international support, positions 2025 as a potential turning point. It's about building responsible, inclusive wealth that benefits all Ghanaians, not just a few, ensuring the gold rush leads to long-term prosperity rather than short-term exploitation. Segment 5. Opportunities for investors and everyday people in Ghana's 2025 boom. Now that we've covered the challenges and how Ghana is addressing them, let's shift gears to the exciting part. The opportunities this 2025 gold rush creates for investors, entrepreneurs, and even everyday people around the world. If you're watching this and wondering, how can I get involved? This section is for you. We'll explore practical ways to tap into Ghana's growth, with a focus on 2025 projections while keeping things realistic and ethical. Remember, this isn't investment advice. Always consult professionals, do your due diligence, and consider the risks we discussed earlier, such as market volatility and geopolitical factors. For investors, Ghana's mining sector offers compelling entry points, especially with gold prices projected to stay high, potentially reaching $3,000 per ounce by 2025, amid global inflation and demand for safe haven assets. One straightforward way is through the Ghana Stock Exchange, GSE, where the composite index has grown by over 20% annually in recent years, driven by mining firms like AngloGold Ashanti, which is listed there. International investors can access this via exchange-traded funds, ETFs, like the Van Eck Africa Index ETF, AFK, which includes Ghanaian assets and is expected to see 15 to 20% returns by 2025, according to Morningstar forecasts. For those interested in direct plays, consider Lithium Ventures. Atlantic Lithium's Iwoyaya project, set to produce 350,000 tons annually starting in 2025, has partnerships with firms like Piedmont Lithium, offering stock opportunities on exchanges like the ASX. Diversify by looking at Ghana's bonds or real estate in booming areas like Kumasi, where mining-related infrastructure could boost property values by 25% by 2025. Just remember, with high rewards come risks. Currency fluctuations in the cedi could affect returns. Ultimately, these opportunities highlight how Ghana's 2025 gold rush isn't just for the elite. It's a chance for global participation, fostering mutual growth. By engaging thoughtfully, you could be part of Africa's rising story. So there you have it. Ghana's gold rush in 2025 isn't just hype. It's a calculated surge driven by abundant resources, strategic reforms, and surging global demand. From its historical gold roots dating back centuries to cutting-edge lithium and oil plays, this nation is on track to become significantly richer, with GDP growth potentially hitting 5 to 6% and gold exports surpassing $10 billion, lifting millions out of poverty and reshaping Africa's economic landscape. We've explored the boom's drivers, the very real challenges like environmental damage and debt, the innovative solutions turning those obstacles into strengths, and the tangible opportunities for investors, entrepreneurs, and everyday folks to get involved. This story is a reminder that true wealth comes from balanced, sustainable progress. Ghana is proving that with its focus on inclusive growth, tech diversification, and green initiatives. By 2025, we could see a transformed economy that's not only richer, but more resilient, inspiring other African nations to follow suit. Whether you're bullish on gold, excited about lithium's role in the green revolution, or simply inspired by a country's determination, Ghana's journey shows how opportunity often hides in unexpected places, waiting for those bold enough to seize it. What do you think? Will Ghana strike it rich in 2025, or are there hurdles that could hold it back? Drop your thoughts, predictions, or even personal stories in the comments below. I read every one and might feature some in future videos. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button to help the algorithm, subscribe for more videos on global economies and emerging markets, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on updates like our next episode on Africa's tech revolutions. Check the description for links to reliable sources, investment resources with disclaimers, and related content. If you're new here, welcome. Let's build this community together. Thanks for watching. Stay curious and see you in the next one.